What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and today's beautiful project, the 1970 Dodge Challenger RT from the new 3-in-1 DLC, including Plymouth, Dodge, and Chrysler. This is what we've bought. It is the Dodge Challenger RT Standard Edition. It is the only edition of this one available. It's available in the barn, junkyard, and auction, and we finally got one from the junkyard for ourselves, and that's why the condition is so horrendously bad. This is quite low on this one. It's going to take a bit of work today, but we'll get through it. Did I get a good deal? Absolutely not. I bought it for 8,010 and I could sell it for 7,520, only losing out on 490, which isn't too bad. Hopefully we'll be able to claw that one back in the drag strip a little bit later. Now, there are a few engine swaps available for this one, but we're going to keep it with what came in it. The V8 Hemi 440 6-pack, which is a previous engine that was already in the game. It's just been renamed to fit in with this Hemi brand DLC. It's got 390 factory horsepower. We will obviously be adding all of the performance parts, trying to squeeze as much as we can from that 6-pack 440 engine that is definitely missing one or two bits just in there. Don't forget to come and join us on Discord for the competition. A link in the description below. It is still running. You could be in with a chance of winning one of 3 copies of the DLC for yourself. 3 version copies. One of 3 copies of the DLC, a code for the DLC on whichever platform you are on. So do make sure you enter. There are no mods. Everybody is on an absolutely level playing field for this competition. So whether you're on console, whether you're on PC, let us know. Come and join us. Have a bit of fun with that and enter one of the chosen cars and you could win. But let's crack on with this beautiful Dodge Challenger. Let's get it over to the car wash. Let's get it cleaned up. In the car wash with our beautiful Challenger RT. Let's just get it cleaned and see what colour it is underneath. Jumpy game. See what colour it is underneath. We'll be keeping it this cut. Yeah, I doubt that. It's kind of got no colour as it stands at the moment. This is a rust brown with a hint of purple, and I am thinking of sticking with that purple. That's what I've got in my mind at the moment, but we shall see. Let's get the interior done. Get it back on the lifter. Get what little's left in that engine bay ripped out. And then get everything else stripped down, ready to go back together, making a shiny new Challenger RT. Challenger's in the air. Let's check for the oil pan. There is no oil pan. Not really surprised. It seems like there is quite a bit missing from this vehicle. So let's just get in and get the drive shaft out. Out you come from there. And out you come from the front with your 2 rusty bolts. Won't be having that. Come on, out you go. Let's get rid of you. And while we are here, as I can see, there is no starter. I'm just going to add that one to the shopping list now because you can't see it once that gearbox has come out. So let's get you out. Nice and easy. Is that one front exhaust section? We'll grab that as well, even though it shouldn't make any difference because it wasn't attached. But there we go. Back down you go. And let's try and get what little is left of that block ripped out of there. Ready to get everything else stripped down. No hood to lift up. So let's just pull it out. Nice and easy. There we go. Get the crane put away and then see what else we're missing from the engine bay. Because obviously straight away, I can see we're missing some fuses and the rest of the fuse box. We are also missing the power steering reservoir, the battery, the radiator C, the wishy-washy reservoir, and the brake servo up here, and obviously a lot of other things as well. We're also missing the fuel tank, fuel pump, and all but one of the front exhaust sections. The rest of the exhaust was completely missing. So there we go. All we've really got in here to take out is this little bit of fuse box. No liquids to drain at the moment, and all of the suspension. So I'm going to crack on with that, find out what we need to replace, and we'll be back in a minute, ready to put that beautiful body all back together. That's everything mechanical, repaired, replaced, or upgraded, ready to go back on this beautiful Challenger. But let's start tearing it apart out with what's left of that front bumper and the fender. Anything of that stuff doesn't look like it. No windshield. Left body window, that is definitely in there. Nothing on there, nothing on there, nothing on there. Out with the rear window. Is that apart? No, no, no. Right body window, out you come as well. I think that might be everything, but let's jump in and grab this interior. We are missing the rear bench. There is a new rear bench with this one, but there isn't a new steering wheel. It just uses steering wheel 3 for the Challenger there. But have we got everything? Let's find out. I do want to be on that screen. Nothing showing up, so there we go. Down to 1%. That is what we like. The frame is at 15%, and I bought the car for a little over 8,000. Probably not going to make a huge amount of profit on this one. I don't know. We bought it from the junkyard, where somewhere I very rarely do. I'm going to go 1250. 1,500. Not far off. Let's jump in to the body shop and have a look. as I've said every time, no tuning options for this one. Just the normal bodywork for the Dodge Challenger RT. There it is, all like-for-like replacements. I'm going to repair what I can, replace what I have to. Then we can get this beautiful Challenger all back together and into the paint shop, probably to end up still in that same purple. Let's get this beautiful little Challenger all back together, starting with the interior. But just before we do that, if you go into the shop, you can type in Challenger and you will get up the old and new Challenger. Obviously, this Challenger seat here is for the old, and this one here is for the old, and the rest of this is all for the newer Challengers, so we don't be needing that today. So let's just get in and get our interior in. Obviously, that lovely new rear bench seat with a nice pattern on there. We'll play around with the colours a little bit later, see what we can come up with. And I did just keep the same steering wheel on it, which is steering wheel 3. It does have wood effect. Obviously, it does go in a bit with that dashboard and centre console on there. So looking pretty good. But let's get this body all back together. On with that nice hood. It does look like a beautiful hood on there. In with the fenders. In you go, and you go. Then we got the front bumper and the headlights. It is all just like for like. You can't get any alternate parts in there. In with the door, windshield, only the driver's side mirror. We don't need a passenger side one, so this one doesn't have one ready in the config or files to use because it probably didn't need one and didn't come with one. So let's just get all of them windows in. In you go, and you go, and you go. Rear window, on with that trunk, and then we've got the rear bumper and the tail lights to go in there. And I think that should be it apart from the plates. So let's get our plates on. I've just gone with my own plates with RT440 written on there. I think that one looks pretty good, and it's quite a fitting name, especially his Challenger was way too many letters and it wouldn't fit in. Is that everything though? We go into the car status, 100%, 100%, 100%, fantastic. Let's get this beautiful Challenger into the paint shop, see what sort of colours we can get, and if there are any liveries for this one. Here we are then in the paint shop with a beautiful Dodge Challenger. Let's see if there's any liveries. No, unfortunately, there are no liveries for the Dodge Challenger, which is a bit of a shame, but never mind. Let's see what sort of factory colours we got. A nice metallic silver and a solid grey. They're pretty nice. Gloss blues. A few different variations of gloss blues. Then we got a solid purple. Pretty sure that's what came on it today. Looking quite nice. We might go back to that one. I am quite liking the purple. Then we got a red, a couple of greens in there, lots of different varieties of greens. A lovely solid orange, which I am tempted to buy, but I'm not sure. Then this sort of burgundy red on there. Then this very off sort of white. Then we got a bright pink, in case you want to go for that one. A lovely light blue and a gloss red on there. That's quite a deep red. I quite like that one, but I'm not sure. Then we've got this normal white, a gloss yellow. That might work. No, I think I'm still in between the purple and, well, mostly just the purple as it stands at the moment. Then we've got this sort of beigey colour, some lovely goldy metallic browns, two different tones of them, a slightly darker purple in the gloss, maybe, or whatever that's meant to be. Not sure. Buddy brown, don't know. I'm torn between I think the darker purple. This is a bit pinky. I think we're going to go for this lovely solid purple on here. The same colour it came in as. Let's just get that back on. Looking quite nice on there. Hopefully this is going to work out really, really well. What other colours should we do with this one? I am thinking a bit of that chrome in there. Maybe a bit of black. Oh, maybe some white actually. Should throw some real colour in there. Maybe purple and white with a few splashes of black just in case we need to. That might look pretty good. We'll see what we can do with colours on this interior. I wonder how that's going to turn out today, whether it just be stitching or whether we can get these little ribbed bits in a different colour. Might be pretty cool. And then for the underside, well, I'm not really sure. We'll just figure that one out as we go. So now I'm going to crack on, get everything else painted on this, hopefully make it look absolutely incredible. Then we can start putting it all back together on the lifter. That's everything painted, ready to go back on our beautiful little Challenger. And I couldn't really do much with the seats, but I did get just a little bit to go purple. The lap belt, the base of the front seats, and the seatbelt clip is in purple. And then at the back, it is just the seatbelt clips in there. That's all I could get purple without making the whole thing purple, which I thought was a little bit over the top, but it still looks good. So let's get it up in the air and start getting all of this together. Starting with the shocks, we got purple shocks and a white springs at the front there. Looking very, very nice on the puller. But let's start getting them in. And I will warn you, a lot of this is chromed out. So let's just get that first piece on in a beautiful, beautiful chrome finish. Looking absolutely stunning there. I'm going to crack on, get the rest of this in. We'll see a few clips and we'll talk about it in a moment. There we go. The rear brake drum are now on for the half of the rear suspension, or half of the total suspension, all finished. At the back here, we've got the brake drum itself in white and the leaf spring itself in white. I was trying to add another word to that. Doesn't need it. Then we got the knuckle housing in a chrome along with the leaf spring drive axle in chrome. And then just a lot of purple accents thrown on for good measure there at the back. Looking pretty good. Up the front, we've got the purple shock with the white spring and the white sway bar end link on there. The white brake caliper and the white wheel hub with the purple hubcap. Then we've got a bit of purple just down there with the inner and outer tie rod. The sway bar itself in a purple. And that steering rack in a white with the rest of it all chromed out. Looking very, very good. I am incredibly pleased with that. But let's jump back down the back and let's get this fuel tank in. In you go in a lovely purple. And then the fuel pump just in a cheeky white on top. Looking very, very nice. Now, I'm going to crack on and get the rest of the suspension all finished. Then we'll sort out the engine bay before we go and build that lovely 440 Hemi. That's the suspension all finished. Looking beautiful in chrome, white and purple. What do you think? I don't normally use this much chrome, but do let me know in the comments below what you think of this beautiful, beautiful suspension set. Now let's move on and get this engine bay all sorted. I nearly said sorted again. In with the wishy-washy reservoir, the battery, and the power steering reservoir. We've got the fuse box already in a cheeky white up there. And also the brake servo in there. And the last piece to go in is the radiator. It is in a white. I don't know why I do it to myself. It doesn't quite match up. Obviously, you can't get this perfectly white without ruining all the details on there, but it still looks good in a cheeky white nonetheless. Pleased with that one. You can see all the purples and whites in there looking nice. But now let's go and build that 440 Hemi. Looking incredibly good. We got the white block, purple oil pan, and purple heads on there. Looking very, very nice. This head is all finished and ready to go with everything in. And this one's just got a couple of pieces left. So let's crack on. We've obviously got 8 valve push rods on either side, so 16 in total. Just dropping the last one in there. Then 4 spark plugs on either side, so 8 of them in total with the last one in there. And then just on top of it is the lovely rocker arms. In you go. And let's get them all finished and ready to go. But first off, let's move on and get the front all finished in with that cam gear. Also got a timing chain down here and then the timing cover on top of it, which is in a lovely purple. Looking very nice. Get you all bolted up. Then we've got the water pump, which we've done in a purple / white combination on there, mostly in the white, just with some little purple accents at the front there on the bolts, the top, and that main plate that this water pump pulley sits on, which is a white. I was toying with the purple, but I feel like we've just got a little bit of purple showing up through there. Then we got the arms. They are in a purple, holding in the alternator and the power steering pump, which are chromed out with the little red details on there. This one also has a splash of white, which I think looks really, really nice. And the alternator just in that chrome and red, looking fantastic. Ignition coil is officially in a purple, but it's only the lettering and a little bit of a dull red on there. The oil filter also in a purple, and we've got the crankshaft pulley in the chrome, matching in with the alternator and power steering pump. The belts, for the first time, I've not done them black. We've done a little bit of purple on them, just mostly visible in the writing, but it still looks good. Let's get the one on the other side in, and then this lovely radiator fan, which is in that chrome, just for a few more chrome details on there. Let's move on up. Head covers are just in a white. I was tempted with the chrome, but I thought it might be a bit too much, so let's just get these in. Looking good. In you go. Then we've got the intake manifold, which is just in a chrome on there, looking absolutely stunning. Very pleased with that. Ignition distributor is in a chrome with some purple accents. The rotor's not painted because there's no point. And then the distributor cap is in a white with a little bit of darkness just on that top clip on there. Then we've got the actual clips themselves, which are in a purple. In you go and in you go. And then we've got the ignition wires in a lovely purple on there as well. Just finishing that one off, looking pretty good. Now let's get on with these carburetors. They are purple and chrome. No, they're not. They're purple and white. I did do them purple and chrome originally, then I changed my mind. I couldn't get them all to match. I'll just get them all in and then we'll talk about it. Even with the Quality of Life mod, the reason these are purple and white, what I wanted was them to be chrome and the white bits come out purple. I could get the middle one to work perfectly, but the 2 outside ones I couldn't. So then I tried playing around with a few different bits and ended up with this purple and white, which I think looks absolutely fantastic and definitely it mixes in with the build. The air filter base is in a white. Then we've got the air filter just in its cheeky performance red and the cover on top in another purple just for good measure. And if we go to the exhaust manifolds, these are all in that lovely chrome. Keep that chrome theme going throughout the rest of this build. Looking nice on there. Get this one in on the other side. And we're almost ready to go. Just one more piece to go in. And that is the fuel filter in a lovely white on there. And that is that beautiful 440 Hemi. All finished. Looking absolutely fantastic. Helicopter's just flying by outside if you can hear it. Hopefully it's not too loud. But let's get this engine dropped into our Challenger, and see how this one looks. Very white, few splashes of purple on there, and lots of that chrome popping through. That is very nice. Very, very happy with that. Just trying to mix things up a little bit, adding a few more colours, trying out a few different things with the chrome and stuff from the Quality of Life mod. And every time I do it, I think it works out absolutely fantastic. Anyway, let's get in. We've got the gearbox to go in, which is in a purple and white. Predominantly white with a few purple details on there on the end clip there. And a little side box with the starter also in a purple. So we've got that theme going from either side. Then all of the exhaust is all in that beautiful chrome. So let's just get it in. You've got two front exhaust sections to go with this one. Then the middle mufflers, in you go and in you go. Then we'll do the drive shaft while we're here, which is also in a chrome, definitely keeping the chrome theme going on from under here. In you go, and then the two rear mufflers also in that lovely chrome. Looking fantastic. Let's take a look as we walk out. Lots of chrome under there, a few splashes of white, a little bit of purple just in there for good measure. Really liking that. And then them chrome tips just sticking out the back. Look absolutely fantastic. Down you go. Can't really see much of them because they do tuck under, but you can see that there is chrome in there. Looking very, very nice. That's about it. Going to get the liquids topped up, the windows tinted, some beautiful wheels done, which are probably going to be in chrome, but we shall see. Then we'll get this beautiful Dodge Challenger outside in the sun, ready to go drag racing. Well, there she is then, the beautiful Dodge Challenger RT, looking absolutely stunning in a purple, chrome, and a little bit of white just added on there for good measure. Looking absolutely fantastic. I have loved doing this build today. It is absolutely amazing. Let's have a take a look at that engine in there, mostly in white and purple with the chrome accents on there just for good measure. Looking pretty sweet. But let's talk about these rims. I went with the rim at Retro 03 today with a 17-inch front rim at 225 width and a 50 profile on there. We've gone for some white walls. They will be changed when we're on the drag strip. For the dyno and the drag strip, I'll be putting slicks on, so the rating you'll get will be with slicks on, and the visuals will be with white walls, because the white walls on this look absolutely fantastic. Wish we could get some drag radial white walls. That would be pretty awesome. We got like this triple color effect. We've got the chrome that we've used all throughout, a bit of the purple that we've used throughout, and then obviously the white wall tires give us that triple color with the brake caliper just sticking through there. But down to the back, same rims and same tires, obviously changing them to slicks for the drag strip. But the rear rims are a 17-inch rim again, but this time it's a 295 width at the back with a 50 profile on there. And obviously you've got that white brake drum behind there instead of just the caliper. Looking very, very nice. But let's get in. I quite like the little purple accents. Nothing too over the top on that one. Very, very nice. And we didn't do anything with the steering wheel. We just left that in its chrome. Loving all the wood elements in here, how it all matches in. But let's get it started and see what this 440 Hemi sounds like. Definitely heard this one a few times before. This used to be my favorite engine because it was the only one you can paint without the Quality of Life mod and still make it look good. But everything I've done on that engine, there is a few bits that are Quality of Life mod additions, but you can still make yours look pretty much like that even if you're on console. But let's give it some gas. As I said, we've all heard it before. Still quite a nice sounding engine in my opinion, but let's get this beast onto the dyno, see what its horsepower is and what its drag rating will be. Here we are then on the dyno with the Dodge Challenger RT and its 440 Hemi 6-pack engine, 390 factory horsepower. How much have we added today and what will its drag rating be? A gain of 363 horsepower, 93%, not bad at all. Bringing us up to 752 horsepower from this beautiful, beautiful car. The drag rating of A, 575. Now, that is only 575 because we got slicks on. If we did it with the white walls, which I will do before the end of the episode, it will give us a slightly different drag rating. I believe. I'm not 100% on that. We'll check it later on. But let's have a look at the gearbox tuning setup. That's what we've gone for today. A 2.18 ratio, a 95 kilometers an hour in first gear, up to 355 registered for that fourth gear. I did keep all of this the same. I just fiddled with the final ratio a little bit just to get it to balance out. Obviously, we do have 3 carburetors, all fully tuned, adding 3% additional power each, which is pretty good, giving us 9% in total. We'll put a little clip up here so you know where to find the easy carb tune. There is also an easy ECU tune. Might just have to search for that one or check out a different video that uses an ECU. Let's get over to the drag strip, though. Let's see what we can do with this beautiful Dodge Challenger. Well, here we are then on the drag strip with our Challenger. Will it be able to challenge for the tournament title? Sorry about the bad pun. I can't help it. King of the Sands, 1 mile, A-class, and pay our 1,000 entry fee. And who have we got? Well, our first race is against the Hot Wheels Bone Shaker. We've also got King Slowpoke in there in the Virtual Mechanic edition of the Porsche Carrera GT up against the Ken Block Ford Fiesta. Country Thang is in the Ford Falcon VM exclusive, like in that one. Who else have we got with us in here? Killer is in the Pursuit Mode Batmobile. Pretty sweet. Up against the Monster Machine Chevrolet El Camino. Let's get into our first race against the Hot Wheels Bone Shaker. See if we can make it through to the next round. The beautiful Hot Wheels Bone Shaker. Absolutely love that. Definitely built for the drag strip, in my opinion. We'll be able to beat it with our beautiful Challenger. We've got slick tyres on, so it should give us a little bit of an advantage. Let's find out if we can win our first race. Let's go. Off the line with the beautiful Challenger into second. Seems to be doing all right so far. I can't see the Bone Shaker flying past us. Into third. We are. I can just see it going past the back window there, so we are definitely quite far into the lead. Let's get this beast into top gear and get it pushed down the drag strip across the finish line and see what sort of speeds and times we get with our first run with the Dodge Challenger RT. Come on, you little beast, and your Hemi 440 across the line. What have we got? 10.233 seconds to the quarter of a mile. Not bad at all. Definitely beating that Bone Shaker. 25.250 to the 1 mile. Not too shabby with a top speed of 330 kilometers an hour. Let's get over. We've made it through to the next round. Let's go see who we're up against. And did King Slowpoke make it through? King Slowpoke didn't make it through, which means that's our next competitor with my own build of the Porsche Carrera. That could be quite a challenge. I know I tend to make my builds a little fast. Country Thang made it through in the Virtual Mechanic exclusive Ford Falcon from French Toast. Thank you very much for that. But sadly, a Killer, a.k.a. Pi Newton, didn't quite make it through. Did get knocked out by the Monster Machine El Camino. Now we've got to try and beat King Slowpoke, sorry dude, in the Porsche Carrera GT. The absolutely slammed down Porsche Carrera GT, the Virtual Mechanic edition. We know it's quick. Will we be able to beat it with our beautiful Dodge Challenger, though? There's only one way to find out. Let's just go. Off the line. Come on, you little beast. Into second. Doesn't seem to be flying away from us yet. Into third. Where are we? Oh, I can just see it in the rear window. We are just about still pulling away from it. Definitely happy with that. Let's get into top gear and get this beast going. Can we beat our first run with a quarter mile speed of 10.233 seconds? Fingers crossed. Let's just get across the finish line and find out. Across the line, what have we got? 10.175. Definitely better than our first run there to the quarter of a mile. 25.238 to the 1 mile. Again, slightly better. Still with the same top speed of 330 kilometers an hour, but we did beat out the Porsche Carrera GT, driven by King Slowpoke. Sorry, dude, but we have to make it through to the final, or at least try our very hardest. Next round, we could be up against Country Thang, depending on whether he made it through or not. Well, there it is. Country Thang did make it through in the VM exclusive Ford Falcon. That should be quite an interesting race there. And at the top, we've got the Batmobile Wayne Mobile from Arkham Knight versus the Mitsubishi Lancer 10 KS Edition. Who's going to make it through to the final of them? And will we make it ourselves, or will we lose to the VM exclusive Ford Falcon? I'm pretty confident that's not how I built mine, but it looks absolutely fantastic. We've got a bit of Australian muscle versus some American muscle. Who's going to take the crown on this one? Don't want to get rammed by that Ford Falcon. That was definitely going to end terribly. So let's just get in, keep it in a straight line, and let's go. Off the line. Come on, you little beast. Into second. Are we going to get into third? I can't see it flying out in front of us. Into third. And it is definitely behind us as it stands at the moment. Hopefully it will stay that way. Can't see out the rear window when it's on our left-hand side. But we're just going to get into top gear, keep plowing down, and hopefully take another win and make it into the final with this beautiful Dodge Challenger RT. Will it be our best run today? Across the line, let's have a look. 10.254, sadly, our worst run of the day to the quarter of a mile, and 25.291 to the 1 mile. Also, our worst run of the day, but still with the same top speed of 330 kilometers an hour. We have made it into the final. Who are we going to be up against? Will it be the Batmobile or will it be the Evo 10? Well, there we go. We've now knocked out King Slowpoke and Country Fang, our friends. I do apologise, but we have to try and make it to the final and claw back some of the money that it's cost us to build this Dodge Challenger. The final race today, though, is the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 10 KS Edition versus our beautiful Dodge Challenger RT. Who's going to take the crown? Let's go take a look. Well, that KS Edition Evo looks mean as anything. I absolutely love that. That looks so good. Don't think I've built that one. I'm not 100% sure. If I haven't, maybe it's one we should definitely do in the future. But today, though, we need to try and beat it with the Dodge Challenger RT. Let's go. Final race of the day. Let's just get a final win under our belt and win this tournament and take all the winnings into first, into second. Where is that Evo? Into third even. There's the Evo just pulling away. Pulling behind us, should I say. We're just pulling away, which is definitely happy to hear. The final run of the day. Is it going to be our quickest run of the day? Fingers crossed for that one. Let's just get this beast across the finish line and hopefully win this race and this tournament. There it is. Definitely got that win under our belt. 10.226 to the quarter of a mile. Sadly, not our slowest run of the day, but one of our slowest runs of the day there to the quarter of a mile. 25.268 to the 1 mile. Also, just a little bit on the slow side there with a top speed of 330 kilometers an hour. Let's go and collect our winnings. Get this Challenger back to the garage and see if we can sell it on for a nice bit of profit. There we go. 11,250 winnings from the drag strip. We will include the 1,000 entry fee in the numbers for what we spent today to build and upgrade this car. So we'll check that one out a little bit later on and see if we can make some profit. So let's get back to the garage and see if we can. Well, there it is. The engine looking absolutely fantastic. Not the greatest on the drag strip for the Dodge Challenger today. Managed the quarter of a mile in 10.175 seconds. The 1 mile in 25.238 seconds. And a top speed of 330 kilometers an hour, which isn't too shabby. Does put it 61st on the speeder board. Currently around the same sort of time frame as the other sort of cars we've done from this DLC so far. So they are a bit sort of mid-table, maybe even on the low-end side. But let's talk some facts and figures. I bought the car for $8,010 and could have sold it at a loss of $490. We spent $38,144. I have already sold the slicks, so that's already included in that because we've got the white walls back on it now. Pitting our total spend at $46,154. We'll be able to make some money from this beautiful Dodge Challenger. There is only one way to find out. Let's get in and let's take a look. Well, there she is, all finished, all 100% complete. Quite a few mileage on there. Quite a few kilometers on there. Under the mileage. Don't know. I really ruined myself there, but never mind. That engine fully tuned up from 390 to 752 horsepower. Not too shabby, but we spent $46,154 doing all the parts to it today. Can we make some money? With a sale of $103,130. That does leave us with a tasty bit of profit of $56,976. Plus our drag strip winnings of $11,250 for actually winning. Gives us a total profit of $68,226. Now, the sale price is a lot more if you keep the slicks on it. They are worth more. And obviously, the drag rating will be different as well, which I haven't actually checked. Let's go and quickly check out the drag rating. Well, there it is. If you do it on the dyno with everything the same, but with white wall tyres on instead of slicks, it brings your drag rating down from a 575 to a 426. That's how much tyres make a difference for when you're drag stripping or even racing or anything like that. Race tyres, drag slicks, things like that all make a difference to the power output or the way the car can pit the power output down onto the tarmac. Anyway, let's get back out front and get this Challenger sold off. Well, there it is then. The drag slicks definitely make a huge difference to that drag rating. So if you're just after drag rating and profit, you should definitely keep the slicks on. I want more aesthetically pleasing from my actual car, so I want to keep those white wall tyres on there when I sell it. Looking absolutely fantastic. But anyway, let's get it sold and take our cheeky bit of profit. Thank you very much. Really enjoyed that one. Look at all the cars. We've still got all of them left to do, plus the one on the trailer. So the one we are going to be doing next, as nobody commented on which one they wanted to see again. So if you do have something you'd like to see next, do let me know in the comments below. But we're going to be doing the Plymouth Roadrunner, the more powerful one, the 426 Hemi version instead of the 440. Available from the barn, the junkyard, or the auction house. The only place you can't buy it is the salon. Again, because it's from 1970. You wouldn't be able to get a brand new one of these, even if you tried. Did we get a good deal from the auction house? Absolutely not. 24,565 is what I paid, and I could only sell it for 19,001 penny. I'm calling that a penny, leaving us with a profit of a loss. Sorry, not a profit of 5,564 before we even begin, which is a bit of a shame. But I am looking forward to this one. This is the V8 Hemi 426. Now, we've already done the V8 Hemi 426, but we did the shaker hood with the Barracuda. This obviously doesn't have the shaker on it, so it's going to be a little bit different. 425 factory horsepower from this one. Pretty close to that 426 there, if you ask me. But we're going to be throwing performance parts all over this one and making it as insane as we possibly can. So make sure you join us back here on Wednesday for this beautiful Plymouth Roadrunner. What did you think of our 1970 Dodge Challenger RT today? Do let me know in the comments below. And if you've got any suggestions for that Roadrunner, also let me know down there as well. Leave us a cheeky little like. Share this video if you think someone, one of your friends, one of your family might enjoy it. But most importantly, make sure you are subscribed. We've got the rest of these cars all to do. Do let me know if you've got a preference of which one you'd like to see next. If not, I'll just pick one and we'll do it after the Roadrunner. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend and I'm looking forward to the week ahead. Have a great day. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.